Well, thousands of Australians have descended on shopping centres across the country as they try to get the best Christmas deal or Boxing Day sale. And joining us live is Russell Zimmerman from the Australian Retailers Association. Good morning to you, Russell. Now, you predicted that retail sales for Boxing Day this year would be $2.5 billion. How are we tracking?
Well, look, I think we're tracking okay. We started off very slow on Boxing Day and I thought it was going to be a bit of a disaster. And about mid-morning, the crowds just came in. And once the crowds came in, people were buying, which was really good. There was lots of parcels. That always gladdens my heart when I see those big bags going out. And yeah, look, I think we're on track to get it.
It has been a tough time, hasn't it, for retailers?
Yeah, look, absolutely. We were just talking earlier, and there's been an incredibly large number of closures this year. And that's very sad to see businesses go out. We're the largest private employer. We want to see the industry grow. We don't want to see it close down.
They're high-profile closures as well, and no doubt there'll be more in the next year or so.
Yeah, look, we saw people like Napoleon Perdis, Build-A-Bear, Zimmerman's, Karen Millen, Style Runner. You know, some of them were online, some of them bricks and mortar. Some of them had only been here for a very short while. Very disappointing to see that effect happening in the retail industry.
So with Boxing Day, is it too early to tell whether it was up, down, normal? Because there's been a lot going on that you would think would push people to spend money. There's been rate cuts and other sorts of things coming the way of consumers, but it looks like most people are saving their money or have been up to this point.
Yeah, look, it is too early to tell because we don't get the actual numbers until a few months later. But anecdotally, talking to retailers, they were very happy with Boxing Day, and the days after Boxing Day have also been very strong. It certainly was very busy still in Pitt Street Mall on Friday. I went through there. So hopefully it's going to keep going, and right through till the middle of January we're going to see good sales.
In your recent article, Russell, you mentioned look after the customer. I mean, this is just more crucial than ever, isn't it? Because, I mean, so many people are choosing to spend their money perhaps on experiences that we've read in the past rather than actual material goods, and obviously with online shopping as well. But, I mean, the customer is just so important. The retailer is crucial to look after the customer.
Yeah, look, that is such a really valid point. Right at the moment, the only thing the retailer with the bricks and mortar stores got over the online is that one-to-one customer service. It's a basic retail rule. And you can go online, you can get it on price. So if you can't necessarily compete on price, the only way you can do it is have some knowledge, get out there and serve the customer, the old greet and meet with a smile, you know, the basic that we were taught when we first went into retail. And that's the only thing you've got over your online.
There are some retailers suffering silently, and I speak to those in regional and country areas of Australia who have been gripped with drought, bushfire, and it affects their bottom line.
Absolutely, and this particular point in time that we've just been through, the majority of retailers in Australia look around getting 60% of their profit in about 8 weeks. So if you don't get it now, it's a real problem. But to your point about country and regional areas, we actually started promoting way back in the early part of November about consumers, particularly if you're going to go online, look at your online regional and country areas. It was a way of helping those areas that have really been devastated by firstly the droughts and now the fires.
Yeah, and we're seeing a spike in sustainable shopping as well.
Yes, look, the consumer, the whole thought of the consumer is changing, and they want to know, A, that the product that they're buying has been sourced ethically. They're looking in a completely different manner. You just don't buy stuff to have, you buy it to actually need. And we're even seeing a change where people no longer actually go out and buy the outfit, they go and rent the outfit and wear it and then take it back. So retailing is changing, and retailers have to adapt to that to ensure that they engage with the customer.
What are the hot things at the moment? We spoke to our tech guy, Juro Sen, earlier this morning, and he mentioned, he rattled off a whole series of things that are coming on the market now.
Well, I think anything with an eye in front of it is really important, but even obviously the Samsungs and other brands, so anything in that electronics area. But what was really interesting on Boxing Day was to watch people walking out. Coffee machines seemed to be the great go. I can't tell you how many big boxes of coffee machines I saw walking out. But look, right at the moment, what you're looking at is a consumer who's now thinking about going back to work, and where we saw a big move particularly on Boxing Day, was menswear. All the menswear stores were busy. Myer and David Jones's menswear floor were absolutely flat strap, and people are thinking about going back, getting their clothing ready to go back to work, and obviously women as well, as they also return to work. So clothing will be a big emphasis, but as clothing slows down, we'll then look at household goods, and then obviously we'll be all thinking about going back to work.
And I tell you what, gift cards, a lot of people think they're less personal, but other people think they're practical, they're easy to send in the post.
I find them useful.
Yeah,
They are.
Especially this time of year.
Can I also make a really important point here? Gift cards now must have a 3-year expiry date on them. It was originally in New South Wales and South Australia. Nationally, since around the 1st of November, all gift cards in Australia must have a 3-year expiry date.
That's fantastic to know, and a great innovation, because how many of us have gone to the wallet or the purse and said, oh no, that ran out yesterday.
Yeah,
what sort of savings are people getting? That's what, people rush to shops because they know they're going to save on price.
Look, can I say that there's signs up saying 30 to 50% off, and they're not unusual. But I think it's really important for a shopper to understand and know what the products that they're buying, what the original price was, and then go out and buy it. It's no good buying it not knowing what you're saving. So there are savings across the board. Some are big, some are small. It'll depend upon the product, obviously. Some products have much higher margins on it. But I've been amazed to see electrical, which is often a fairly low margin, how much discount there has been on electrical products.
Well, Boxing Day has been, it's quite competitive, isn't it? Because you've got Cyber Monday, you've got Black Friday, there's just sales all the time.
It is, but it's really interesting. And I think what the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and even that Singles Day and Click Frenzy did was I think they brought forward the Christmas purchasing. It's really interesting. Customers still like to get out amongst the product. Got to remember that online represents, we could say somewhere between 7 and 10%, depending upon how you look at it. So turn it the other way and look at it. 90% of the sales are still happening, or more, are happening in a bricks and mortar store. Yeah,
finally, that point you make about you need to try and find out what the original price was. There's an old joke about Persian rugs. You never know the price, the original price, because they're always on sale.
Yeah, look, that is very true. But having said that, a lot of product, you can really establish what the recommended retail price was, and then go out and buy it if you think it's worth the savings.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in.
Shopping now.
Thank you.